Shakti Satyam. Today is a beautiful day, full moon day, not just at another full moon, a special full moon day. What is special? Chitra Purnami or Buddha Purnima. Buddha Purnima. Buddha Purnima is very significant. It is significant because this is the day Gautama Siddhartha took birth, was born. Not only that, this is the day he attained enlightenment. He realized himself, who he was, the same day. He attained to nirvana, same day. And the same day, he left his physical body. All these three great phenomena happen on the same day. Therefore, this Purnima, this full moon, is very significant. Right. So, what is significant with Gautama Siddhartha or Gautama the Buddha? Let us see, let us contemplate today the Buddha Jayanti, which is very, very apt to contemplate on his significance, his birth significance. He was born as a son of a great king, Suddhodana, and Suddhodana, the father of Gautama, Siddhartha, arranged three different kinds of palaces for his son, that is Siddhartha. Because the father wanted to give a very luxurious life within the palace area. As a result, Gautama Siddhartha will not have the suffering. That's what his father thought. He arranged in such a way. He managed three different kinds of palaces for his son, that is Gautama the Siddhartha. Later he became Gautama the Buddha. To give a very luxurious and comfortable life, not showing any suffering to his son, but the story turned in a different manner. Gautama Siddhartha, when he was a young man, he wanted to see the outside world. Till such time he didn't have the opportunity of seeing the outside world. Was all the time inside the palace, according to his father's wish. Then one day he gone out of the palace with his friends, just go around the city. He just happened to see, as a first sight, an old man on the road, near the road side. Gautama Siddhartha, the future Buddha, asked his friend, "What is this? Who is this man? Why he is looking so differently?" His friend told Gautama Siddhartha, the future Buddha, "Yes, this is old age, inability. The man on the side of the road, disabled because of the age." Oh, you are shocked. First time he is seeing such kind of different personalities, old age personality. So it was like a shock. And then further he moved, going around the city, and he saw another thing. In a small hut, a person was coughing continuously because the person was sick. He asked the Gautama, the Siddhartha, the future Buddha, asked his friend again, "What is this then?" His friend replied patiently, "This is a sick person because he is already old and become sick. He is in the verge of peak of suffering." Oh. And then he moved further with his friend, chariot. He happened to see another scenery. That scenery is really shook him like anything. He saw a funeral, somebody carrying a dead person on their shoulders. He saw that. Gautama asked his friend again, "What is this then?" His friend replied, "A dead person. These people are carrying his relatives and friends, carrying this dead person on their shoulders to the burial ground, burning gods. That's all." This time, Gautama Siddhartha was totally in shock. Really, as a shock of these three great sceneries that he saw when he made a tour, city tour, out of his palaces. He asked his friend, "Will it happen to me also the same three things?" The friend said, "Yes, you also going to undergo these three stages in life. One is old age. You are a young man now. One day you will attain to old age. You're going to be old. And then you may fall into sick also, because when you become old, your immunity power is tremendously will become low. As a result, your body will lose the capacity to fight against many diseases. Therefore, you will become a sick person, sir," he said, his friend, his companion, who took Gautama Siddhartha to go around the city. "Hmm. Will I also die like this one day?" His friend said, "Yes, certainly. Those who are born will die." Me too." "Yes, you too will die one day. Sure. No one is exceptional. Everybody has to die one day." It was a great shock for Gautama Siddhartha, the future Gautama Buddha. Now the suffering started in Gautama's life for the first time such a shocking information from his friends and the scenery that he saw. He further asked his friend, who was a charioteer, is there any way to come across or overcome all these kind of sufferings like old age or illness or death? His friend said, I have no clue. Probably there may be a way. I don't know. But I don't know any detail about that. You are asking this question to a wrong person. Then Gautama told his friend, no, turn the chariot to the palace again. I don't want to continue to see the city tour. I don't want to be in part of the city tour now. I'm not interested now after seeing the three sceneries. As a result of which his friend took him back to the palace. He was really, really disturbed because his mind always contemplating about one thing only constantly. Is there any way to overcome the suffering of the sickness, of the illness? Or is there any way to overcome the death? Or is there any way to overcome sufferings of different kinds? This question keep on visiting his mind. He started contemplating on these things. Nothing else was in his mind. He was totally focused on these things only. My dear friends, we are talking this, we are contemplating this on the very right occasion today, because this is the birthday of Gautama the Buddha. Why I'm saying today is the apt day to contemplate on the subject called suffering and how to overcome the suffering. Because 2,500 years before, the same question, how to overcome the suffering, appeared in the mind of Gautama the Buddha. Therefore, today is a very apt day to contemplate and discuss about it. Then he started contemplating of this again and again, almost without sleep even, without even showing interest on eating or doing anything. His mind was totally occupied. This question was completely occupied in his mind. Then he decided, I don't think within sitting inside the palace I could able to find an answer for this. Better I move out of this place. I will wander here and there. I will find out a person who can really give solution for this. So as a courageous person, he walked out of the palace, leaving all the luxuries. Imagine, on the day that 2,500 years ago, he was the most luxurious person with youth, with youthfulness. He was young. He was just 29 at that time. Just got married. Just blessed with a child newborn. He took a courage to expel out of the palace because the question is keep on lingering. wandering in his mind, went out, just gone to different places, in the forest, in other places, to find an intelligent person who can give the solution for this kind of sufferings. He met different kind of yogis also. He visited different kinds of yogic schools of different kinds. Even those days, there were hundreds of yoga schools. Now it's much more. He visited almost most of them, wandering here and there. Whoever the master or the teacher he met on his way, he asked for a solution for this suffering, human suffering. Why human has to suffer? Is there a way to come out of the suffering? He constantly asking the same question to different teachers for about 9 years. Not 1 or 2 years. 9 years is a long time. He was not really happy of receiving any result or any answer or solution. He was almost fed up everywhere with every school that he visited and stayed for a while. He was so sincere in every school, every yoga school that he visited. Whatever the teacher in the yoga school recommending to this gentleman, he simply listened so attentively and he practiced whatever the teacher asked this gentleman to practice. He did all the sadhanas, but still he was a little unhappy because there was no solution. He was not totally convinced. Therefore, he moved from one school to another like that for 9 years. The last part of the 9 years, one day, when he stayed in Varanasi, the Kasi Varanasi, one of the beautiful cities of India, undergone fasting, a severe fasting. He thought that by undergoing a fasting, severe fasting, he could able to find the solution for the suffering. But still the suffering went up, because he became very weak. He became very weak. That also did not help much. And he thought no use of following this kind of methods. Almost he was totally fed up, almost hopeless also. But still he was keeping a hope. Even though he was hopeless, but still he was having some hope of finding a solution to put a full stop to the suffering of not only to his suffering, also the suffering of the whole humanity. People think that in general, only the scientists are working so hard, dedicating their whole life, finding different scientific inventions and discoveries to make the people comfortable. Of course, they are really doing it, but not totally. Not totally. Scientists' contribution in terms of relieving the suffering of human is not total, is not 100%. But Buddha's effort on this subject of getting rid of the suffering, human suffering, is 100%. That's the difference between the scientific personalities, and the spiritual personalities, that is Gautama. So on the day when he realized all these methods are not helping me, what can I do? He decided concretely, affirmatively, decisively, I just want to find the solution today itself, now itself. I cannot wait. I can't wait one more day. This is very important. My dear friends, we have lot many things to learn from the life of Gautama the Buddha. This is one of the best teachings from his life. The decisiveness, the decision, confirmation, assertiveness, one can learn from Gautama Buddha. He decided, either I will find the solution so that suffering can be crossed, or one can overcome the suffering, or getting rid of the suffering, or I will die. I will not survive. Either this or that. It is almost like do or die. Either I will find out or let me die. I finish my life today. Such a decision. We actually advise many people, suggest many people, live every day like as if this is the last day of life. When a person thinking that this is my last day of life, how one can live intensively that day. That intensity descended on him by his decision. The 9 years he was not like that. Now he congregated everything, the whole 9 years of his seeking and searching to the essential point, only now or never, here or nowhere. Such a decision he took. That decision helped him a lot. Because when one is totally intensive, why things are not happening? Generally, human beings, people think that I have tomorrow, I have tomorrow, I have tomorrow, I have so many years in front of me. Who knows? Who said so many years in front of somebody? Nobody is sure. Life may end at any time. The body may be finished even within a day or within a minute also. But the cunning mind, the rotten mind, always giving the clue of postponing life. Buddha did not do the postponement on the day. He decided this is my last day. He was just 29 years. He was not old man yet. Just 29. But he decided, this is brilliancy. This is intelligence. Buddha, the very meaning of Buddha is intelligent. That's the meaning. Intelligence. Super intelligent. Intelligence does not mean one is capable of operating a supercomputer. That is brilliancy. Intelligence is just understanding one's own life. What is life? That is intelligent. He came to the point that night, let me find out today. He was so tired because he was in severe fasting. He naturally became very weak. His sense organs are totally unable to function properly. That was a good point, actually, because when the sense organs are absolute rest, the awakening happens. It happened to him naturally in this way of severe fasting. So out of tiredness, he just found a tree, Bodhi tree. He sat under the tree with full of tiredness. But he did not sleep. Normally, people, what they do is when they are tired, they go to the bed and sleep. But this man did not sleep, even though he was tired. He was just sitting in meditation. See the beauty of it. This one has to learn. He has not gone to the bed and sleep. He just sat in meditation, keeping his spine erect, head upward. He learned many, many techniques all these 9 years of his seeking all along. Why the seeking? The seeking was just to get rid of suffering. How to get rid of suffering? That was the purpose, one and the only purpose. Now he decided, before the starting of the next dawn, next day, something has to happen to me. The solution for this. I've been wandering for so long. He was sitting in a meditation. He learned Vipassana already. Many of you already, you are familiar with the Vipassana, one of the beautiful techniques, meditation techniques. He just followed Vipassana sitting. Absolutely, because his eyes was so tired, he was not able to see anything because of the weakness. And his ears are unable to listen anything. He was unable to speak or anything. He was unable to smell or anything. All the five sense organs are totally shut down. Only the breathing was happening. It was the best time to practice Vipassana. Sometimes I do recommend to our friends. They say I am in a sick for the past few days. I'm weak and all. I recommend follow Vipassana because the breathing is anyway going on with you. It's not stopped. Breathing is going on. After all, Vipassana is nothing but observing the in-breath and out-breath. When the whole five sense organs are in absolute rest, that's a perfect time of practicing Vipassana. He started practicing Vipassana under the Bodhi tree. He was sitting in Vipassana, Vipassana, Vipassana. Not like the modern people doing Vipassana. Modern people, they say they learned Vipassana somewhere and they are sitting 20 minutes Vipassana in the morning, 20 minutes Vipassana in the evening. No. He sat in Vipassana for many, many hours. Nothing else he was doing under the Bodhi tree. Remember, my dear friends, he was just into Vipassana. By being into Vipassana, process of Vipassana, he saw all his past lives completely like a film. When the film was over, all the last birth, previous birth scenes are over. There was a blank screen, naturally, because filming means the images that requires a screen. Without a screen, a filming is not possible. Once the filming is finished, naturally one could see the screen, blankness. That blankness appeared, happened to him. That is the nirvana. That is what enlightenment, that is what he achieved under the Bodhi tree, before the dawn. And now, all his hard works, all these years, all gave the fruit, the result in no minute, just like that. He stood up. He found it. He found it. Like the scientists are so happy when they found certain solution for certain issues and problems. They are so happy. The scientists become so happy. They dance and sing and celebrate. The same way he started dancing. But no company around him, alone. He was just laughing, dancing, completely fulfilled. The very meaning of Buddha means the one who is completely fulfilled, totally. He attained to it. Now the Gautama, the Siddhartha, became the Gautama Buddha. The, the climax of the Siddhartha, he attained to it. He became the light. So, how to overcome sufferings? Come on, let's contemplate on what Gautama Buddha did, because the same thing appeared in his mind also. He found out, but his finding is not going to really getting rid of our suffering naturally by just listening his lifestyle or life story. He can take up certain clues from him, from his life, and we can also implement. What is to be implemented? Just implement the sadhana, the practice, the vipassana, or any other method of finding the nature of the mind, controlling the mind, transcending the mind, going beyond the mind. Certainly, one is transcending the suffering, overcoming the suffering. No doubt about it. Thank you very much for this beautiful opportunity of contemplating on a very auspicious day today, Buddha Purnima, contemplating of the great man, Gautama the Buddha, who appeared on the earth, walked on the earth so beautifully, and found a way to get rid of the suffering for a whole of the humanity that are here today, as well as that are going to come in the future also. Therefore, Gautama the Buddha is not only the man of the past, he is also the man of the present and man of the future. Let us salute him today. Let us wholeheartedly thank him for his so appearance on the earth, a holy appearance. Om. 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 Shanti. 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 Shakti Satyam. Consciousness only exists. Only consciousness exists.